morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here in person for our monthly memorial service and after school prayer. So just this past Friday, me and my mom went to the Wahiawa Soto Mission Bon Dance, which is like right down the street at Wahiawa Elementary School. And because we're part of the Wahiawa Soto Mission Yagura Gumi, and we sing on the Yagura for Bon Dance, and we sing the Fukushima Ondo and the Niigata Ondo along with the taiko players. So it was really great fun. There was a lot of people who were there not only to honor their ancestors, but to have fun and to eat all the delicious food they have at the booths. And they even had like kingyo sukui, you scoop the fish in the pool. It was really cute. They had that, and it's like, oh man, it's so fun. I want to do it, but it's like only the little kids are doing it. Oh, it's like I'm a little kid at heart. I want to do that too. But anyway, there's a lot of fun events happening. And it started poor though around like 7 o'clock. But it was around 9 o'clock. I saw my kindergarten teacher. I mean, not my kindergarten teacher, but she was my secondary language English proficiency teacher. They used to call it SLEP class. SLEP. It doesn't sound nice, yeah. Like sound like you're slipped. So, because the first language I could speak was Japanese. English was not my first language. So when I entered elementary school, I still had this accent there. Even when I entered elementary school, I had to be in this ESL class. And it doesn't sound cool, but to me it was nothing but cool. And it was a priceless experience because I got to work with several other people that were my age and who couldn't speak English as well. And I could remember my elementary school days so vividly. How about you? Do you remember your elementary school days? I think I remember my elementary school days better than my college or high school days. So from things we did in SLEP class, the lessons we learned, the puppet shows we had, and there was even this one teacher in this class, her name was Mrs. Borello, and I still remember her name, right? And she used to give us like German lessons because she knew German, so I still remember like, oh, Röd Apfel and Grün Apfel. And then all the snack times, and it was really fun. SLEP class was really fun. And so I remember the SLEP class teacher, Mrs. Catania, her name is, and she was a very cheerful, kind, and caring teacher. She never scolded us or made us feel scared in any way. And I still remember my December in kindergarten, and I got really sick. I still remember I was really sick. And after I missed the Christmas party, I was like really bummed. I was like, oh man, I can't even go. I think I was sick for like about 8 days. And I was sleeping in a bed, but I heard a knock on the door. And I remember that side door. Mrs. Catania shows up. And I remember my mom answered the door. And you know what she did? She brought me a bag full of snacks and the Christmas cards that were passed out on that day. I remember there was candy canes, there was chocolate, there was all kinds of goodies. And she handed me a big bag full of goodies that were shared during the Christmas party because I couldn't go. So it brought me so much joy. I was so happy, a little kid, because I was really sad that I couldn't go to the Christmas party. So I felt very left out. But Mrs. Catania made me feel very important as a kindergartner, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget her kindness. And this was 38 years ago. This happened 38 years ago. Can you imagine? And I still remember her and what she did for me. I remember the teachers who were the nicest and the meanest. Yeah, those are the ones we remember. We don't remember the in-between teachers, but so it's really important for teachers to show kindness to their students. It's so important. I may not remember the academic teaching style of the teachers shared, but I do remember how they made me feel. And that stays with me for life. Kids are really anxious when the new school year begins. Right, Arya? Are you anxious? Or are you kind of worried? Because you wonder which teacher you're going to get. And then you want the good teachers, the nice ones. Yeah. And kids, they talk amongst each other. Yeah. And you say, oh, I don't want Mrs. So-and-so. She's mean. Yeah. She yells at the class. Or, oh, I want this teacher because she has fun art activities and she's really nice. Right? I was like that too. And when I had like the teacher I didn't want, I was like, oh man, I'm so jealous. So it's funny, and even in the adult world, as we become adults, the intelligence level of someone is not as important as how nice you are. Now, people don't care how smart you are when you're an adult. They don't care, okay? Because we assume as adults that we've reached a certain level of intelligence already. So, although some people are questionable, we still don't like difficult people. As adults, we don't like the meanies. We prefer kindness, people that are considerate, caring, and generous. So even when I go to work at the hospital, and the doctor, they rotate every week. And then when a new rotation comes, somebody always questions, who's today's doctors? And you're like, oh, this one, this one, this one, this one. Depending on which doctor it is, you're like, yes! Or if it's the mean one, they go, oh, yeah, no, man. That's because certain doctors are really scary. But certain doctors are so nice, Are they all smart in the head? Oh yeah, they're smart. They're doctors, right? But are they all smart in the heart? No. So we have to work hard, not only to be smart up here, okay? But we have to be smart in our heart too. Very important. It's called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. And a lot of times, the smarter we get up here, the less smart we get down here. We become arrogant, irritating. And people who have a low emotional intelligence have difficulty cooperating with each other, have very little patience and understanding. They may not be able to read the atmosphere or care about people's feelings. They may hurt people's feelings. And they cannot read people's body language, so they make people feel uncomfortable. Yes. So when you graduate college and go to find a job, employers are not only searching for brain smart people, because they assume, yeah, you're smart already. They want people who are reliable, punctual, and dedicated. They also want people who are creative, think out of the box, can handle being under pressure, have good people skills, have a positive attitude, confidence, efficient in how they work, have critical thinking skills, enthusiastic, and be professional at all times. They don't want people who act on their emotions and get pissed off or explode just because something doesn't go their way, or just because a customer is being mean to you. They don't want those employees who yell back or swear back at the customer. You're going to ruin the reputation, believe me. Because there's a lot of rude people out there. So you have to have that emotional intelligence so you can tolerate or somehow have control over the situation instead of lash back. How are we going to handle these difficulties? Yeah? Emotional intelligence starts within the family. It's so important. Is mom and dad talking to each other in a nice fashion? Or do they swear at each other? Argue all the time? Is there abuse? How does everyone in the family treat each other? The way they talk, walk, think, and behave, it really shapes the child's emotional intelligence. But sometimes you hear little kids now swearing or saying racist things, and you're like, huh? That's their parents' fault. Or whoever their guardian is. Okay? So kindness, gratitude, sharing, and caring have to be taught and displayed within the family from when the child is still a baby. And a lot of our behavior and mindset from birth to the age of 3 is already set. In Japanese, there's a kotowaza, there's a saying, Mitsugo no tamashi, 100 made. Mitsugo means to the age of 3, whatever you learn or whatever you gain to the age of 3, it will last till the age of 100. And the Jesuits also have a saying that goes, give me your son to the age of 7 and I'll show you the man. I'll give you back the man. Yeah. So in this society, a lot of emphasis is placed on making their child smart up here, but they neglect to make their child smart in here, emotional intelligence. That is why spiritual training and spiritual foundations are so important. That's why my parents sent all 3 of us, me and my 2 brothers, to Amagi Church and the Gakun Seminary, fresh out of high school. College came next. But my parents wanted us to have a strong spiritual foundation while we were young, while we were soft up here. So they shared us that going for intense spiritual training will ensure our happiness when we become adults. So I can honestly say it has been a precious 2 years of my life being at the Amali Church in the Gakuin for spiritual training. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'll let my kids go if they want to go to Gakuin or Amali Church. It was, no, you're going to Amali. And
You have to go.
There's no question. So it was it wasn't a force. They didn't force me, but since I was a little kid, they've been putting that in my brain.
You're going
Very
to
often. Oh, you're going to Amali Church, and it's really fun. You're gonna learn a lot of things. Like, okay, I'm going to Amali Church. I'm going to Gakuin. It wasn't brainwashing, but I kind of like brainwashing, but in a good way. I'm glad they did that to me. So it was like this tsunami of prayers and deep consideration to ensure our happiness when we become adults. I'm thinking tsunami. Did you get a tsunami warning last night on your phone? Thank goodness that it didn't hit us, yeah. So just like how parents tell their kids, after you graduate from high school, you're going to go to college. My parents went, after you graduate from high school, you're going to Amali and Gakuin. It was like natural, it flowed, right? And why do parents want their kids to go to college? Because they want them to have a higher education so they can earn a living, so they won't have to struggle so much, work 2 or 3 or 4 jobs sometimes, right? So in that way, our parents really did that for us, and I'm really glad. You know what we did? We grew up really poor. So like whatever graduation money we received, we emptied our savings account, and it all went into the purchase of our plane tickets to Japan. So it was like zero. So when we came back, we started from zero. I had no money in my bank account. It just like happened like that. And from there, we built everything back up again. It's so interesting. We are all a spirit already. We don't become spirit when we die. We are already a spirit housed in this body. It's like Avatar almost. And so, as this new school year begins, please work hard in your academics, become brain smart as well as heart smart. Be kind to your teachers and your peers. When you see like a lonely person sitting somewhere, approach them, become friends with them. Be generous, be kind, and caring. And teachers in the house. You may also teach the students how not to only be book smart, but also be kind and caring individuals who will one day grow up to run the society. And that kindness has to start at a young age. And why do we want kind people in the world? And the more kind people we have, the more peaceful the world will be. And it's to ensure people will be more peaceful and society will be more peaceful. And that's what it is. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.
thank you for attending our service. I believe nobody will come to the food. Thank you for your presence. Maybe if there's a message enough idea. I always read the same message at this time of the year for conduct back to school service. When I was in Japan and stay at Tokyo, the instructor gave us a report, not to me, to all students. He said, if you have a normal intelligence, right, you can get educated. If you have time, money, and willingness to learn, you can be educated anywhere. But it's quite difficult to educate people to be warm habits. And I really appreciate his given message. If not, maybe it is about 50 years, half a century ago. I received message, and I really appreciate his given message. This is so true. When you observe your life, you can find out the truth of this message. And now, he just gave us the message because he observed the people in society. It's a kind of observatory learning. And the founder is also a very keen observant learner. He learned as a farmer, he learned details, the minute areas of farming. So he carry as a farmer. So he understood the workings of heaven or heaven and earth. And he really appreciated any giving comes. He was actually, we say in Japanese, ikasarete ikiteru. We are allowed to live because of giving comes. And the kami is quite simple. Kami gives us. Yes. Kami never try to get. I give this much, give it back. No, this is not way. Kami is a giver. And we receive. Complaint comes from the people receive it. Kami never complain, even though he gave us, never say thank you for it. He never complains. So the thing, one of the minister, the native, my local minister, Amen. If you want to learn about Konko, please become a farmer or become a parent. Farmer depends on the giving of the heaven and the natural resources. It depends on the weather conditions, soil conditions. It's not. It's a gift. So many areas can be controlled. And mother also. Mother is kind of symbol. Mother is caring, giving. Not, I expect you to be good. No, mother try to give. It's like babysitter and respond to the needs of the baby. If mother, I don't care about you. But people can respond to the needs of the people. The same thing, like become a farmer and become parents, you can learn the most important elements of Konko is. Try to appreciate what is given to us. Try to identify the blessing that comes from and respond to the giver. It's the way how we live the Konko belief. I say, oh, thank you very much. And they don't action or say thank you. This is not the way how Kami-sama never expect. Please respond to what giving. But if we say thank you for the caring of the parent, thank you for the given, then respond. Then at that moment, Kami-sama as given is born. We are fulfilled. Like the fourth Konko-sama used to say, 父母も子供と共に生まれたり、そのためばならぬ子持ちよ。Our parents are born upon the birth of a child. They both child and the parent grow as again some grow. Parents are born, parents become parents. Yeah, both of them. But really appreciation of the parent can be done by the child. Say thank you for your work. Thank you, appreciate for it. Then parent is born at the moment. Kami-sama also say, if you say thank you for Kami-sama, then Kami-sama, then Kami-sama is born. So I nowadays I'm saying, teacher can be a teacher because of student. Teacher evaluation can be evaluated by the good student. One of the instructors in the community said, I don't care about the board of the evaluation. I just pick up one final student for the class, submit the writing, it's approved. So it can be so simple. Anyway, thank you very much for your attendance.